Shortly after having her last son 23 years ago, Chisa Nosamiefan was diagnosed of lupus. For a long time, she kept fighting herself. During this period, Chisa was battling with pains in the joints, making it difficult for her to move about easily.
I was diagnosed with lupus about 23 years ago. And what happened was shortly after I had my last son, I started having some joint pains, some pain in my fingers and things like that. And then from there, about a year or so later, I developed what you call pericarditis, which is the inflammation of the chest wall. So it's just a lot of pain in your chest. You feel like you can't breathe, and then you find out that there's inflammation in your chest wall. And I got through that. And then shortly after, I had pleurisy, which is the same thing but with the lungs, when you have inflammation in your lungs. And so by that time, because those things are things that are very common in lupus patients, so by the time I had 1, 2, they were able to figure it out. I was having a lot of falls. I was, just accidents that were not necessary. And I felt like the Lord was saying to me that you better stop, you kill yourself. And I just had to stop thinking that I had to do what I couldn't do.
Lupus is a rare autoimmune disease that causes the body's immune system to attack its own organs and tissues.
Lupus is one of these uncommon conditions which we classify under autoimmune, which means that the body, for some reason, appears to turn on its own and begin to attack it. When this occurs, we classify that as an autoimmune disease, body at war with itself.
With lupus, stress is a big trigger. Trauma is a big trigger. So whatever things that, but it's not known why it is not contagious, and it's not totally known if it is genetic. In other words, not everybody has somebody else. Like with me, I don't have anybody in my family that has ever had lupus.
Although believed to be a very rare condition, lupus is most common in African women, and it is 9 times as common in women as in men.
Most of the patients who have lupus come with this recurrent fever, and they treat them for malaria, for typhoid, and this can go on for several months. Then some of them may develop joint pains. Some of them would begin to lose weight. Some of them would be so extremely fatigued. They wake up in the morning, they don't want to, because they're so tired. Some of them do develop anemia. Their blood just keep going down and going down. You keep transfusing every blood keeps going down. Some of them develop kidney affectation. Some may even, develop a persistent headache and seizures like epilepsy.
Despite a challenging journey with lupus and living with this condition for over 20 years, Chisa has chosen to be the voice for lupus champions in Nigeria.
We live in a culture where we have what I call the culture of silence. We don't talk about disease. We don't talk about ailments. It's almost like a taboo. Everybody, since I started talking, I notice when people like, it's like what she's saying. But I find that the more we keep it, it's worse. We need to talk so people can know, and people can even appreciate how to even help you.
Champions like Chisa are coming out to break the culture of silence, but more lupus awareness programs are needed to fight it until a cure is found.